that. Guenther Steiner, welcome.
Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for having me.
Pleasure. You look nervous.
Yeah. You scare me, you know. It's like, well, what is coming next, here?
Well, in front of me, I've got some of the most asked questions about you on the internet. You're going to attempt to answer some of them. Is that okay?
Attempt. Yeah, that's a good word. Attempt. You're not saying you're gonna answer them. You attempt. Yeah.
Here we go. First question. What does Guenther Steiner do?
Whoa. A lot of nothing and a lot of everything. In the moment I do TV work. I'm writing books. You know that one. I'm doing corporate events. I'm a little bit involved in running my own company, not running it, just involved in my company. My business partner is running it on a day-to-day basis. What else do I do? I look after my family as much as I can because I'm never there, and they're pretty happy with that, but no, I'm keeping busy.
You've had a lot of jobs in Formula One, haven't you? Come on, just give us some of the jobs and some of the positions you've held.
I have done a lot in motorsport, not only in Formula One, I would say. I started off as a mechanic in rallying, then was a project manager in rallying, then technical director in rallying, then I was general manager of an F1 team, then I was general manager of a NASCAR team, then I was team principal of a F1 team, and there was a lot of other jobs in between.
You've certainly had a lot of jobs. I mean, where are you happiest? Where would you say, what role are you happiest doing?
I mean, I'm pretty happy now. I mean, honestly, I'm always happy wherever I was. I was never unhappy. I was actually fortunate to have always job which I liked, So I was always happy where I was and never tried to do something else. It always happened. It just happened the next step, So happiest, I don't know. But as I said, I'm pretty happy in the moment.
Follow your passions.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, do what you like, Yeah.
Right, next question. Here we go. Where does Guenther Steiner live?
In North Carolina, United States, in Charlotte.
But there's a few other. You've got a ski somewhere, a holiday home.
Yeah, I've got a house in northern Italy where I come from. I got a place there, and I live there in summertime. Between 5 and 7 weeks, we live there when my daughter's out of school, and in wintertime we go there as well for 2 weeks over Christmas to see the family. But my residence is in North Carolina, and Mooresville is the town code. It's just north of Charlotte.
Where's your favourite place to be?
Anywhere. I mean, obviously the favorite place is when I can stay with my family. That's more important than the actual location. It's there is good things everywhere.
Perfect. How does Guenther Steiner pronounce his name?
Whoa!
And now I'm quite nervous because we've just done an interview, and I hope I've been saying your name correctly.
I had to change it. It's in German. It's actually pronounced Guenther Steiner. Guenther. It's too difficult to say for an Englishman, so therefore it has been changed to Guenther. So that is how you pronounce it. It's fine. You do pretty well.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I mean, have you had any? What are the weirdest pronunciations you've had of your name?
I don't want to say them.
No, because
no, exactly. Then we go into it was. They were never bad, but people sometimes really struggle with it, But that's for Guenther is pretty easy to say, If you try to say it correct in German like Guenther, people start to struggle, and I understand why. So, but why would I make people struggle?
Any nicknames?
No, actually not. No, Guenther. It's good.
Yeah,
good. Good enough. Who is Guenther Steiner's favourite driver? Of all times?
Let's say of all time.
Of all times. I would say Niki Lauda. I worked with him when I was a kid. I looked when he was racing. I know who he was. I obviously didn't know him, but then I worked with him, and that's why I would say because we became friends. So he's my favorite driver and person in racing. Unfortunately, he's not around anymore, obviously.
Of course. And from the drivers that you've managed at Haas, who's your favorite driver of all of them?
I mean, that is like saying, who's your favorite child? I mean, you put me on the spot here, because if somebody of these drivers listens to it, then I get a stupid comment, So I love them all. Leave it at that.
Let's keep the peace.
Exactly. Let's keep the peace.
F1.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Where does Guenther Steiner go on holiday?
I normally go somewhere on the beach in Italy. Normally, I quite like. I'm from northern Italy, so I like Italy. I like the food. I like the people, and I like the beaches. So we always change a little bit, so we are not going to the same place, but somewhere on the beach in Italy.
What sort of holiday do you like? Like a chill on the beach, hiking?
I like hiking a lot as well. I try to combine it, but when I want to chill, I go to the beach. But after 5 days, I've chilled enough, you know, so I'm chilled out.
I can imagine. What is Guenther Steiner's favourite food?
I would say Italian food is my favorite. Some pasta dishes, and there is a lot of them, and they change sometimes. Like in the moment, I like cacio e pepe, you know, the very simplistic pasta, you know, I quite like. I like sushi as well, you know. I like fish in general, but if it would be one, it would be a pasta dish.
Can you cook?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm not perfect, but I can cook. Yeah. Yeah. I put some effort in. I can cook.
Yeah, nice.
And I like to do it actually because it takes you away completely from what you do normally. You know, you need to focus on cooking, otherwise it will be a mess.
Yeah, and when you're traveling with Formula One, you're being cooked for all the time. You're having meals. I guess it's quite nice, isn't it, just to cook at home occasionally?
Absolutely, because when you're used to eat in restaurants, to eat at home is nice, and then you cook it yourself. As I said, it's almost a way to distract yourself, and you still do something what you like to do. You know, it's just like, I wouldn't say a hobby, but it's because, you know, you need to eat, and then when you do it, it's nice.
We all need to eat.
Absolutely,
we all
you know.
need to eat.
Normally, we eat too much, you know. That's what happens to me all the time.
What is Guenther Steiner's favourite F1 track?
Oof, there is so many, you know, because they're all particular, why they are my favorite. I always like to go to Melbourne, because in the good old days, and now again it's the first race of the year, the hopes are up, you know, it's a nice atmosphere there, the people is nice, so it's always good to be around. Now, being ambassador of Miami GP, I like Miami GP as well, but not because I'm ambassador, because there's so much going on. It's Miami, you know, there is so many things you can do outside of going to the race, and now I can enjoy it more because I don't have to run a team, you know, so I really feel how much that is worth to have a cool destination and a lot around it. So Japan, a fantastic racetrack, you know, and the people are very polite there. So there is more than one, but you know, there is what somebody asked me, tell me what is the worst F1 racetrack. There is not a bad one anymore in the moment. In the moment, they're all good, you know, for one or another reason. So you cannot have just one which is very good, and I think there are a lot very good.
Of 24 racetracks across the season, we've got a lot of variety, haven't we, in Formula One?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. A variety, not only in the racetrack, also what you can do around the race for different people have different interests and they can do different things.
Is Guenther Steiner an F1 commentator?
I'm actually not a commentator, I'm a pundit. I did commenting at one race this year in Austria for Austrian TV, for Servus TV, on the sprint race. You know, they said, can you do it? You know, it's not something which, commentating, I don't think there is a lot of better people than me out there.
Is Crofty's job safe?
Crofty's job is, Crofty, you're safe. You're safe from me in commentating during the race. I cannot get the excitement like he can get, you know. I cannot get the high pitches in, you know, and all that. He overtook. Yeah, he overtook, yeah.
How many languages does Guenther Steiner speak?
Actually, I speak 3 languages, none of them very well anymore, because when you speak 3, I get mixed up in it, you know. So I speak German, Italian, and English. I can speak a little bit of Spanish. I would say I understand Spanish better than speaking, and you know, I understand a little bit of French, but it's minimal.
Are Toto Wolff and Guenther Steiner friends?
We know each other well, we are friends. I mean, Toto, he wrote the foreword in my book, you know, and obviously for his book, I would do the same, you know, so no, we get on very well.
That's a sign of friendship, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a sign of friendship. Was Guenther Steiner the tallest team principal?
No, Toto makes that very clear, he's taller, you know, so I need to give that one to him.
Is Guenther Steiner a good driver?
I'm not a race car driver. I think on the road I'm decent. You know, I'm okay. You know, I wouldn't say what is a good driver. I mean, you know, no, I'm okay.
Did you ever want to be a driver?
No, I never wanted to be a race car driver. It never even came up to me, because I always thought I don't have the talent and I don't have the money to do it.
Do you think you'd be a good driver?
I doubt it. I mean, I was in a car with Colin McRae, and that tells you, or that shows you what a good driver needs to do, and I cannot do the stuff he did, you know. So
it's the reactions,
yeah.
all of that, yeah. Guenther, that was a lot of fun. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.